into the box. Just over 200 miles an hour. Pull it around through the vertical, dive down, airplane straight down, and start performing the signature. Start the small entrance into the airshow box. Pull that airplane down on the down line. Pull back stick, pull right rudder, snapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Snap rolls on the down line. Now Nick's showing us a little bit of competition background. Just a little bit of left. Just a little bit of left, a little to the right. Stop at 1 point. Showing his Virginia off.
Nick told me he had around 1,000 hours total time. 600 of which of that is aerobatic time. And it certainly shows today the way he's flying that extra.
Now in the airshow industry, just like anything, it takes resources and you guys are taking from the middle of the road. Nick is definitely building on his experience on the past to the latest sidewinders. A gyroscopic end over and tumble. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you put your hands together for Mr. Nick Nilmeyer.
Outstanding, Rick. And let me just take a second to tell the folks that talking about mentoring, folks, the voice you're hearing describe Nick Nilmeyer is none other than the son of Sean D. Tucker. That is Eric Tucker. Yeah.
Now this next tumble coming up is one of Nick's signature maneuvers. One he does to create himself. Do a little tumble and then let you show. There's the tumble, kicking rudder, forward straight. Now he's going to hold that thing inverted and just milk it for everything it's got. That 300 horsepower Lycoming engine pulls him skyward into the Rhode Island sky. Now watch as he stops that airplane with the nose pointed straight up. He's going to shift into reverse. All the controls, they are reversed. Sliding that airplane tail first.
That's wild, Eric. And Nick Nilmeyer is putting on a show for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. Again, these young men are getting a chance to break into the airshow industry. Not because of how good they are, that certainly helps, but by the help of Sean D. Tucker and Mike Goulian. And what a magnificent experience it must have been, Eric. I was there and you were there at Oshkosh, Wisconsin, when these young gentlemen got to perform last year as the 2003 Stars of Tomorrow.
And ladies and gentlemen, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, that is like basically Mecca for all airshow performers. Some performers work their whole life just for the chance to fly Oshkosh. And these kids, at what, 20 years old and 22 years old, flew Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And I tell you what, all the other airshow performers who've been flying there for years, they're a little scared. They got competition now. They're watching.
Eric, has Nick Nilmeyer been an accomplished aerobatic pilot at all times, or how long have you known him?
Actually, the first time I met him talking about Oshkosh was at Oshkosh. He was a Civil Air Patrol. Basically, if you don't know what the Civil Air Patrol is, it's somewhat equivalent to what the Boy Scouts is and to aviation. And so basically, first time I met him, he was about 14 years old, just a simple-faced little kid, drooling over an airplane that could fly. And I tell you what, he was just in love with this stuff. Nick Nilmeyer, he left Oshkosh that year. 2 years later, he was flying an Eagle, which is basically what the airplane is that White Coleman was flying a little while ago. Real similar. After that, he got this extra, and he has been flying it ever since. But that is not his only hobby, Judge. He does have other hobbies. He's a rounder man. He enjoys flying, chasing women. That's enough. Snowboarding. Did I mention chasing women?
Oh, you said that already. Neither one of these two fine young men are married, as a matter of fact.
One of the things that you were mentioning several times is that they are the wave of the future. They're extremely young age, 21 and 23 years old. But in order to fly these maneuvers, as you heard Brian Martin say before, this is a very serious business that takes intense concentration and focus. And to have the ability and maturity to do that at these young ages is an outstanding tribute to the character of these fine young men.
Now let's go live to the cockpit with Mr. Nick Nilmeyer. Nick Nilmeyer, tell the audience how you were doing. We're reading loud and clear. Now when he comes back, he's going to show his precision in rolling this airplane. This airplane is an extra 300. It's a German-built airplane with a 360-degree second roll rate. Stretch it, roll to the right, roll to the left, pop it on the point. Man, that boy is good. He is good, Eric. Thank you, Mr. Nick Nilmeyer. We all enjoyed it. Is that it? Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear you? For Mr. Nick Nilmeyer. He loves being out here.
Here also for West Coma. And the two announcers you heard, that's Eric Tucker telling you about Nick Nilmeyer and Judge Red Sam from Red River Parish, Louisiana. And it looks like he's going to set up for quite a landing here, Eric. Got a lot of altitude to lose, going to point that nose away from the runway, going to hold that aileron down toward the runway and slip it on down. You tell who trained that guy how to fly.
You can mistake him for Wayne Handley, couldn't you?
Absolutely. And also, very famous world champion from years ago is the one who was gone.
Have an overhead look at Foxwoods Resort and Casino just down the road a little ways from us. Foxwoods has been with us as a sponsor of this Rhode Island National Guard open house and air show for quite some time. And we've been down to Foxwoods having a good time. They're usually go down there with a little more money than we left with, which for me is a good thing. Well, lots of good entertainment they've got coming this summer. New at Foxwoods is the Hard Rock Cafe. We're going to be putting in another 2,100 car parking spots and more retail collections. It's one